Hey, what's going on, everyone? James Nanners here, and welcome back to another YouTube video. And I just found a lot of this out yesterday, and well, I'm not happy with what's going on. So here, let me give you some context for now. Constitution Party challenges NCSBE over ballot access dispute. This week, the Constitution Party of North Carolina and its gubernatorial and presidential candidates spoke to media outside the North Carolina State Board of Elections, calling for answers on their current petition for ballot access, which the NCSBE says is still under review. They've already acknowledged that we have met the required signatures to get us on the ballot and get a party on the ballot, said Al Pisano, state chairman of the Constitution Party of North Carolina. We have a deadline we must meet, which is July 1st. Pisano said that the party had notified the board that some county boards of elections were not following procedures and processes regarding petition drives. Which, yeah, that's believable, actually. He said that the party requested that the NCSBE was not hold the actions of the county boards against the party and sent in evidence every time a problem has occurred. Patrick Gannon, a public information officer for NCSBE, addressed these concerns in an email exchange with Carolina Journal, acknowledging that it was brought to the board's attention. Yeah, I do not believe that. I actually do remember sending an email to the North Carolina State Board of Elections once about some questions that I had, but they didn't answer any of them, so I don't believe them for a second. Some county boards of elections may not have completely reviewed petition signatures by checking them against voter registration records, which is part of the petition review process required by law. Gannon told the Carolina Journal in an email the State Board of Elections confirmed that this was the case and had the relevant counties check the signatures gathered in their county, which they completed earlier this week. Pisano said that the Constitution Party's effort to get on the North Carolina ballots has been ongoing for 3 years, which is true, by the way. On April 1st, we delivered the petitions. He said, according to the petition tracker that the State Board of Elections has, which I do a series on every weekend, their numbers are in real time. Yes, it is. You can watch that day to day as the numbers change as to our voter verification status. That's true. That's the only way that we can track how many votes we have and how many verified signatures we have. Because some of the counties aren't sending petitions back to us, they're not following the procedures. So we counted on that tracker. The tracker said we were way over, so we delivered all the petitions that we had. Gannon responded to these accusations as well. I don't think he's making accusations. I believe he is making factual statements, actually. Staff was very clear when it communicated with the organization in mid-April that the organization had not submitted the required number of signatures to the state board, despite what the organization had claimed. Oh, frick off. Screw you, Gannon. Rather than counting the actual signatures that they had in hand and then delivered this to the state board. What are you hearing yourself? That's gonna take so much time. And if your numbers are supposed to be reliable, so are you saying you yourself, the State Board of Elections, is not legitimate? Like, seriously, is that what you're saying? Anyways, the legally relevant number, the organization was apparently relying on the state board's total signature count reflected on our online tracker of signatures that is used to show what had been verified by the counties. At the time, included in the overall total signatures for the current petitions were signature counts that counties had validated in an earlier petition campaign, which cannot be recounted in this cycle. The organization was informed of this data error as well. Yeah, only after they already tried to turn in their signatures, as well as the fact that the number of each individual county on our petition tracker for their petition, which the organization could check against their actual signatures in hand, was accurate and not affected by this data error. Did you not see what happened? Were you not paying attention, dude? Oh my god. Fuck. The party received an email from NCSBE notifying that the system was glitching and that 2,000 signatures were being eliminated, according to Pisano. However, he says it took 2 weeks for the party to be notified about the glitch. Yeah, that's actually believable, given what happened to the Green Party, and we're going to talk about what's been going on in just a second. However, He also said the party was never presented with any evidence and the board didn't offer to sit down and talk with the party. Just like last time! Just like what happened in 2022 with the Green Party! Anyways, the Constitution Party never received the 2,000 signatures they allegedly said were eliminated as part of this 2024 petition, said Gannon. Second, state board staff had kept the party informed through the process. Oh, that's bullshit. I call bullshit on that. That's just a fucking grift. Third, they have not been denied access to the ballot. Are you sure about that? Look at that. I'm already getting sick because of these bullshit. Anyways, third, they have not been denied ballot access to the state. State board staff continues to review their submissions so the state board can determine whether they should be recognized as an official NC political party. I say just recognize them already because we know that you can't do a good job with it. Constitution Party leaders say they've had to start over collecting signatures, which put it behind by about a month. According to, unfortunately, that's a month. Sadly, that is actually the norm. Whereas usually a signature gatherer, a petitioner usually gathers apparently only 50 signatures a day. That's in general, not just related to the Constitution Party. Sadly, that's been the case, and 2022 unfortunately proved it. Anyways, according to Pisano, the party submitted over 14,000 signatures during their second round. The minimum number of signatures is 13,865. NCSB told the party that they were only over the limit by 9 signatures. 13,874. Okay, you're trying to screw them over, aren't you? As of June 1, the We the People Party and the Justice for All Party of NC have exceeded the required 13,865 signatures from North Carolina voters per the petition page on the North Carolina State Board of Elections website. Pisano said that the majority Democratic NCSB board has denied giving the Constitution Party clear answers about where the signatures went, while Gannon says the NCSB is keeping the party informed. Pisano also claims the board will not respond to or answer their questions. I can tell you for a fact that Al Pisano is telling the frickin' truth. Gannon is fricking lying to you. Trust me. I have tried contacting the State Board of Elections about some questions about this party and a few other concerns regarding Shelley Atchison and the Ford Party, but all they showed me was, look at the petition track, look at the petition page, look at the petition page. That's all I ever got. So I don't want to hear it from Gannon. Some of the petitions that they said we didn't turn in, we have copies of, and we're going to turn those in again, said Pisano. That's smart, actually. The NCSB confirms that they are not aware of any complaints filed about the Constitution Party's petition drive or signatures. This does not change the fact that the state board must do its due diligence to ensure the prospective party and any others has fulfilled all the statutory requirements to become an official political party, said Gannon. Until 1999, the Constitution Party was called the U.S. Taxpayers' Party and has been on approximately half of all states since the early 2000s. Speaking in the Raleigh heat outside the NCSB on Thursday afternoon, Randall Terry, the 2024 presidential candidate for the Constitution Party, said his campaign is built on the 3D agenda. Defend children, defeat Biden, and destroy the Democratic Party. They are voting for abortion to the day of birth, perversion in public schools, transgenderism, mutilating children's genitals, boys playing in girls' sports, so-called sex education secretary. That's the Constitution Party's beliefs. It is what it is, said Terry. The Democratic Party is at war with children, and therefore we are at war with the Democrat Party. We were the party of the little guy, now we kill the little guy. This party has left not just us, it has left moral decency, and it has become a fortress of evil in league with hell. Terry said that his mission is to see the Democratic Party follow in the footsteps of the Whig Party, the Southern Democrat Party, the Dixiecrat Party, and the American Independence Party. We want the day to come when we are literally dancing on the grave of the DNC, said Terry. The single largest voting bloc inside of the Democrat Party are Catholics. The second largest voting bloc is African Americans. As long as Catholics are betraying their faith and African Americans are betraying their race, the Democrat Party continues. Terry spoke about what differentiates himself and the Constitution Party from former President Donald Trump. We have a unique place that touches the hearts of mom and dads regarding family issues, ethical issues, and human life issues, said Terry. We're not focusing on foreign policy. We're focusing on the fear and love of God and bringing this country back to moral sanity and the protection of children. Also speaking at the conference, Vinnie Smith, the Constitution Party's gubernatorial candidate for North Carolina, questioned the integrity of the state's ballot access process. When you look at what the State Board of Elections is doing, and obviously how it's hurting us as a third party, it's really about the people, said Smith. Yes, that is so true. What the State Board of Elections is doing is silencing the voice of the people. It should never happen. Yes, Vinnie Smith, that's what I'm talking about. Say it like it is, man. When the State Board of Elections admits that county directors are not following proper protocol and that their website tracker is inaccurate, this should cause question. Is the State Board of Elections capable of running an election with integrity? Yes. Oh my God, yes. Someone's saying it. Yes, the fact that they're even questioning themselves is really a cause for concern. Bizzano said that the Constitution Party is ready to take this to court. In 2022, the Green Party successfully sued the NCSB for ballot access. And now let's read this next article, which is about what happened last night. Parties for Kennedy, West, and Terry denied North Carolina ballot access. Yeah, I'm fucking pissed about what happened. Let's read this, shall we? 3 political parties, respectively, supporting long-shot presidential candidates Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Cornel West, and Randall Terry were denied ballot access to North Carolina's November ballot Wednesday by the North Carolina State Board of Elections. The board said it would reconsider in July, so it's not like final or anything. But still, that is messed up. We the People for Kennedy, Justice for All Party for West, and the Constitution Party for Terry, on June 3, turned in what they believe to be valid and ample number of required signatures to the ballot to access the ballot. They're hoping to be the preferred choice in a race where incumbent Democrat Joe Biden and Republican former President Donald Trump. Each, however, was denied 3-2. Chairman Alan Hirsch, Jeff Carmen, and Siobhan Milan, all Democrats, were united against. Republicans Stacey Eggers and Kevin Lewis voted for the prospective parties. For context, Hirsch, Carmen, and Milan are from the party saying democracy, Merriam-Webster defines it as government by the people, supreme power vested in the people, is on the ballot this election cycle. Polling shows adding candidates helped the Republican Party in the presidential race. In North Carolina, however, their additions might not matter. In the last 60 years, the only Republican candidates to not carry the state are in 14 cycles incumbent Gerald Ford in 1976 and John McCain in 2008. Access would allow the parties to run candidates for any position, not just president. Proposed parties needed valid signatures of 13,865 registered and qualified voters. Parties officially recognized throughout their state statutes already are Democratic, Republican, Libertarian, Green, and no labels. The block of the state's more than 7.5 million voters through Saturday are 37.3% unaffiliated. Yeah! 31.9% Democrats and 30% Republicans. Democrats, or the party's alternative choice, make up 3/5 of the state board per state law because their party is represented by the governor. Republicans have options on the other 2. County boards are likewise. Republican lawmakers this session failed to get legislation through changing the makeup of the state and county boards. If it had passed, the 2 major parties stood to gain an equal number of representation. What about the unaffiliated voters, huh? What about the third-party voters, huh? Do they not get a say in this? But you know what? Let's read another article about this. NC ballot access denied in West RFK Jr. parties, but the decision may not be final. The North Carolina State Board of Elections' Democratic majority denied certification to 3 political parties on Wednesday, all of which sought to place independent presidential candidates on the ballot in November. Unless it is later reversed, the board's decision means that Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Cornel West will not appear on North Carolina's ballot as presidential candidates with their new parties called We the People and Justice for All, respectively. The board's chair, Alan Hirsch, said the decision is not final, though a looming candidate filing deadline could complicate matters. The board also denied certification to the right-wing Constitution Party. Yep, they're right-wing, which aims to run candidates up and down the ballot, including anti-abortion activist Randall Terry for president. Concerns about improper addresses, misleading petition gatherers, and voters who asked their signatures to be removed prompted Democrats on the board to deny certification, they said. Okay, if you remember what happened in 2022, yeah, they're making this shit up. They probably harassed people again, just like they did in 2022. Sorry, just drinking some coffee. And it's disgusting, really. I don't know what else to say. Concerns also... Okay, where was I? Oh, yeah. However, members stressed that they were voting no for now until more investigation could be done. Yeah, I don't believe that crap. The board's two Republicans supported certifying the parties. I must say I'm disappointed with how we have handled this issue, Republican member Stacey Foregger said, because it just appears to be that this is yielding to political pressure from respective parties and political action groups to keep other candidates and other parties who are not our parties off the ballot. The vote comes after weeks of pressure from Democrats and a group tied to former President Joe Biden that is seeking to keep independent presidential challengers off the ballot across the country. The group, Clear Choice Action, if you guys want to harass them or whatever, or at least don't harass them, but just call them out, sent a lengthy letter to the state board earlier this month alleging that it had found thousands of deficiencies in JFA's Justice for All petition sheets. Clear Choice also contacted signers of Kennedy's and West petitions to question them about their decision. Their letter also referenced reporting from NBC News, which found that one Republican activist collecting signatures for Justice for All told attendees at a Trump rally in North Carolina that having a left-wing West on the ballot helps take away votes from Joe Biden. Okay, and... Really, anyone can sign petitions. It's not limited to one wing of a party. That would be censorship. I don't know where this person was trying to go with this. The North Carolina Democratic Party also submitted challenges of Kennedy's and West parties to the state board. The State Board of Elections' majority have shown yet again there is no action too outrageous or too radical that they won't make to protect Joe Biden and Democrats, NCGOP Communication Director Matt Mercer had a statement. Hirsch said the board will further investigate concerns about the party's petition process and take a second vote next month, after the July 1 deadline in law for new candidates to file for office. He said that if the board does end up approving the new political parties, he believes it could waive the deadline. Presuming that we eventually approve this party, I feel 100% confident that we should vote to place these people on the ballot anyway once they're approved, regardless of the date, Hirsch said. And if somebody wants to sue us about it, they can do that, but I can't imagine anybody would. The board's lawyers said he does not believe the July 1 deadline applies to presidential candidates. Litigation could also challenge the board's decisions, as happened in 2022 when the board initially denied certification to the Green Party. In that case, the board later reversed its decision and a judge's order allowed the Greens to place their candidates on the ballot. So, why did board members vote against certification anyways? Members cited specific concerns about each party's petition process, though most dealt with issues surrounding the petitioner's obligations to communicate with the purpose and intent of their parties to voters. Oh my god. That's not a good... I don't know. I may not be a petitioner, but that's not a good reason. At all. So communication, if they want to sign a petition, and if they understood it, what's the more? Okay, I'm thinking about this too much. I'm about to get my brain fried. Anyways, with Justice for All, board members cited the NBC reporting involving a Republican activist saying that the party would help Trump win. I really can't help what other people do, Italio Medelius, North Carolina co-chair of Justice for All, said. I've never in my life said that, or anybody at JFA has ever said that what we are doing is to help Republicans win. Yeah, it could be just Republican trying to, could it be a Republican trying to troll? Yeah, I could believe that, because Republicans are just as guilty as being pro-dictatorship as Democrats. Anyways, with We the People, board members took issue with wording in the scripts petition gathering used, one of which referred to Kennedy as an independent. If you can see the article from earlier, independent presidential candidates, yeah, the article literally, yeah, and I'm sure this article is not the only article, but, and it's not just that, too. There are even political parties that call themselves independent, like the Independent American Party, American Independence Party. There's Alaskan Independent, State Independence Parties as well. There's also like a Maine Green Independent Party in Maine as well. So really, there's parties from across the spectrum that already call themselves as independent. And we have the term unaffiliated for a reason. Somebody that's an independent, they're not affiliated with any party. Democratic board member Siobhan Millen said, no, they're unaffiliated. We already have a different term for it. And there's already there's already parties that call themselves independent. So what he is saying is basically complete and utter bullshit. We have a whole different process in the state for getting on the ballot as an unaffiliated candidate. It's not the same thing. And we have to clarify, it's not the same thing. And that requires 85,000 signatures. So I would suggest that at least a question as to whether Mr. Kennedy belongs in that pot. Dude, the independent petition deadline had already passed around the time the We the People Party was starting its petition process to get on the ballot. The signature requirement for new political parties to be certified in North Carolina is 13,865. Sierra Foley, who represented We the People at the board's meeting, said it was her interpretation that independent means independent from the corporate duopoly. Members also noted a letter from the Elias Law Group. Not them again! Come on! Freaking Mark Elias! Screw you! Fuck you, Mark Elias! A major law firm with ties to Democratic politicians, which sent affidavits from 26 voters who said they wish to remove their signatures from the We the People Party's petitions. Okay, they're just harassing them again. There is no process in law for a petition signer to remove their signatures. As for the Constitution Party, board members took issue with the fact that petition sheet showed an outdated address for the party's chair, Albizano, and I'm like, oh my god, really? He said he'd attempted to get clarification on that issue from the board for nearly 3 years, but never got an answer back. Yeah, that's actually believable. Under the dome. This is complete and utter bull. And then let's lastly read this. North Carolina State Board of Elections delays deciding whether to approve 3 new parties. On June 26th, the North Carolina State Board of Elections voted 3-2 postpone to decide whether 3 new parties should be on the ballot. The 3 parties are the Justice for All Party, which supported Cornel West for president, We the People Party, which supports Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for president, and the Constitution Party. Another meeting will be held July 9, Tuesday. The boards voted 3-2 with 2 Republicans. Yeah, you guys get the idea. Let me see if there's like anything different. The 3 members said that they're concerned with the. Yeah, that's what the State Board of Elections sounds like. Okay, nothing different here from the last article, but you know what? You get the idea. The Democratic Party is corrupt. The Democrats are once again going after third parties. Republicans are kind of, wow. I don't know what else. Republicans are kind of weak on this issue, and the truth of the matter is, wow, this is happening again. I'm kind of pissed off about this. It really, really upsets me because I was kind of hoping that we would have a diverse ballot, but it's not over yet. And honestly, I'm kind of hoping that if this doesn't work, if this does not work out, I hope that they sue, because at this point, I think this is freaking ridiculous, and it's clear that the Democrats have not learned from their past. Hopefully, Republicans don't do these same mistakes. I'm not crossing my fingers on that, but we'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, that should be it for now. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.